Hello and welcome to the Stock Planner channel. I would like to talk about how I became a more consistent trader, and perhaps maybe you can get some lessons learned and see how you can be a more consistent trader. The Stock Planner channel is an education channel. We'd like to share these ideas and help you improve and win. You must do your own due diligence and learn how to do it, and then you can win for life. Let's see how I became a more consistent trader, and you can apply these rules to yourself. Since I've been producing videos, I got to thinking, you started winning a little bit and you became more consistent. Why? Why did producing videos help you be more consistent? Well, I believe it's because I reduced the number of stocks that I was trading and the number of times I've been trading. I planned out my stop losses better. Risk management is very, very important for winning, and your entries and what you're trading is not as important as your risk management. Stops and losses. Trading is a business. It really is. And you need to know where your profit targets are, how much you're going to make, and how much you expect. So I started making videos on my strategy, and it really, I think, really cooled me off. In other words, I wasn't trying to trade everything. I'm just trying to communicate, and the double checks, the videos has slowed me down. I have this YouTube channel, and these are some of the videos I produced. It's starting to get to be a lot of videos. And I also started using TikTok to single out some of my trades. So if you want to follow me on TikTok or YouTube. But the engagement and the peer review really has helped my trading. So I get a lot of feedback on this, and a couple of them I missed the mark. For example, for the month of October, I had a downward bias in the S&P, but the last few days it's been going nothing but up. That engagement and criticism is very valuable. You cannot underestimate the power of peer review. It sharpens me up. Okay, so to be a successful trader, you have to have a winning system, of which you develop it over time by trial and error, by mistakes, by watching and observing, looking at YouTube. And you develop a winning system, which includes picking a few stocks. Let me show you mine. This is the S&P 500 on the daily time frame, and I'll speak about the daily time frame. I'm a swing trader, and I try to capture these swings. Look out. This is the zigzag indicator. It's a perfect indicator. Always knows where the tops and bottoms are, but it does it because it looks to the future and uses the future data to get these precise data. So you can't really use it to trade, other than you can, when this zigzag doesn't know what it's doing, you can wait 2 bars. That's called a fractal, and you can take a fractal. You have to use other indicators. This is the MACD. It says it's going to go down, and I said it's going to go down, but the S&P 500 went up, way up. Stochastic is riding, top riding. It should come back down around. And the RSI, way up in enemy territory, because I think I had downward bias. I thought it was coming down. I thought it was coming down 4,400 level. Anyway, what I try to do is I use other indicators. This is the MACD, the stochastic RSI, and the RSI. This is TradingView, and TradingView has a lot of indicators, and all these indicators here are in TradingView, and they're free. And I have my settings in the description below. So if you like this setup, please follow and find those settings. Now, what I like to do is when all 3 of these indicators come back around and go below these levels, the RSI it's 70 and 80 for the stochastics, and a crossover for the MACD. And when they all occur within a couple bars of either, they have not occurred yet, but they all occur within a couple bars of each other, that is a signal. That's one of my systems. And the other system is to wait till the fractal does not know what it's doing. I'll show you an example of that. Zigzag doesn't know what it's doing here because it's looking for perfect data. If these bars would have shot up, it would have known what it's doing, but it doesn't. So we're assuming it's pointing down. The MACD is pointing down. We have a crossover here of the stochastic RSI. That's pointing down. And we had an RSI. So we would have had a down signal somewhere in that area. And that is my other system. When we get 3 indicators are pointing down, and the zigzag doesn't know what it's doing, that is my system. But if you're using just a zigzag and not these other indicators, you have to wait 2 bars to get a fractal. You can look up fractal. Fractal is 2 bars on the up, a peak bar, and then 2 bars down. You have to wait. And the zigzag is nothing but a fractal as well. I have a free Discord chat, and this list here uses the fractal or zigzag, 2 bars, along with the RSI, or along with the MACD, or along with the stochastic, whatever your favorite indicator. These are pointing and giving you some kind of signal. Then you go back and look at it. Okay, do your own due diligence. This is just the list that I use. This is my plan. And this uses the zigzag, not knowing what it's doing, or a fractal. This signal and chart and list is using the indicators, the MACD, the RSI, and the stochastic RSI, and having them all occur within 2 or 3 bars. And this is this list here. And I'm starting to rely on that list. And this is a list of 31 popular stocks. And this is a list of about 140 stocks. And some of them are cheaper stocks. These are the ones that everybody's looking at. So I post these lists out there, and that's what I go. I go by what everybody's trading and some unpopular stocks. And I use 2 strategies which were very similar. And I post those lists out in my free Discord chat under Stock Planner. So I have a system, and I've backtested it, and I've used it for several years now. And it doesn't always win. Now, if you're a swing trader, be honest with you, you have to look at your trades every single day. I mean, and the real swings are in the morning and late afternoon. So you have to allocate some time to do those and capture those swings. So I'd run my little algorithm in the morning and at night, or usually about 1 hour before closing. And I'll try to take trades, swing trades, based on the market that day, hold them overnight, and or up to 2 to 3 weeks or 2 to 3 months. Lately, I've been trading on a longer time frame. And so I have currently a negative bias. And this last week or so, that negative bias for the market has not panned out. But most of those trades have an expiration. I use options. Most of those trades have an expiration of January and February. So there's plenty of time for it to come back or go down, as I suspect it might because of the inflation issue and supply channel issue. Just not this week, it's not happening. So we're at our all-time highs. I'm sticking to my plan. So you have to have a routine. You can't do it haphazardly. If you want to be consistent, you have to be able to do this stuff every single day. Now, as a swing trader, of course, you can swing trade using a 4-hour, but you really should use a higher time frame, a daily or a weekly, because your trades last sometimes a month, 2 months. So you have to use a higher time frame. What happens just by the hour is not relevant to you. Every chart and package allows you to go to a lower time frame. This is the 3-minute. You can see that's not, and you can go ahead and expand that. But if you're a swing trader trading 1 and 2 months out, do you really care about a 3-minute? When I was doing some day trading, I used the hour and 2-hour. 2-hour worked good for me for swing trading because I wasn't only holding the stocks for about a couple hours. Look, that would have cut a swing, and your indicators, my indicators, still work. That didn't work there though. The RSI and the coming back around, you've got a single right there. It would have been early, but it would have ended up eventually winning. You just had to wait a couple hours. But a swing trader is best on the daily. By the way, it's they do offer a free version with 3 indicators, just what we have here. You don't have to pay nothing and you get used to it. But I like the daily. Look at the nice swings. And if you could predict those swings, I use the zigzag to do that, to help me predict and get other indicators. That's nice. You can go on the weekly as well. This is a week time frame, and that's a half a year. More than half a year. Nice. Right now, using the weekly, the zigzag doesn't know what it's doing, so it knew what it was doing there. So there's an indication that Amazon is in a downtrend. What do you think? Anyway, you have to decide on your time frame that you're using and stick to that, going up to the higher time frames to kind of validate. But to be a swing trader, which we are here, the higher time frames work better. But you could actually use the lower time frames. Just most of the indicators and my indicators work on a lower time frame too. But I've never wanted to sit in front of the screen all day. I have other things. I have a business to run. It's an antique business, and it's not doing so well right now because of the lack of tourists. Swing traders use a daily or weekly time frame. And of course, if you only got a little time, you can predict those changes, but you have to allocate some. I mean, every trading takes a little time. You can't expect to just go ahead and sit and run or do it every 2 or 3 days and check it out. As I said, mornings and late afternoon is when I'd like to trade, and at other times during the day, I like to eat lunch. Have some fun with your swing trading, by the way. Your system must have a preferred entry and exit points. This looks like support, and that looks like resistance, and we're here. So if you step your stop loss below support and your profit target here or here, you win more than you lose. And that's what you could do. Now, I have, when I place a trade, I already have my stop losses and profit targets predicted. And generally, if I'm on a daily time frame and using stocks, I try to go for 8% target to start. Now, I like to look at the charts for my real stop losses, and because I like to let my trades run, because it's 2 and 3 months, I have a stop loss of 12%. Now, I'm losing more when I do lose than I win, but with all that time, I have about a 70% chance of reaching that, and this is back tested. So I'm willing to take the chance. I have a winning system, and if I can combine it with a risk reward where I'm risking less than I'm winning, that's a good combination. If I'm using options, I let it ride a little bit longer and take a bigger chance. Risking less than you're winning, or always win more than you're losing, knowing how much you're going to win ahead of time, planning out your trade with your entry and exits. It's called your trading plan. If you want to make some profit, you need to know your stop losses and your target prices. And to stay in business, you need to know how much you need to risk on each trade. If you have a small account of $5,000 with $5,000 margin, you really only want to risk about $1,200 to $1,500 per trade. So if you're buying stock and you're buying Amazon, you can only buy fractional shares. So Caterpillar, you might only be able to buy 10 shares of Caterpillar and only making $30 or $40 for a swing. But this keeps you in business longer. You can trade longer, and you can have a losing streak, which currently I'm saying that I have a downward bias in the last 3 to 4 days in the stock market. The market has gone and reached its all-time high. So these are option plays expiring in January and February, so there's plenty of time. But right now, my opinion or guess is incorrect. I said the market's going down and it's going up. So if I want to stay in business with that kind of attitude, I need to be trading small, especially if you have a small account. You don't want to blow your account. Many people have done it. And finally, to be consistent, you need to plan out your day. Each morning, right now, I'm sitting there looking at my trades, potential trades, and writing 4 or 5 down. I'm looking at the overall market, see what it did overnight, and come up with a plan, taking a deep breath before I execute. My daily plan is written on a piece of paper next to my computer, handwritten, scribbled. Draw nice little squirrely pictures. That's my plan. My plan consists of which stocks I'm going to buy or short, and which ones I'm going to use options where I only risk about $500 each trade instead of $1,000. That's why I like options. I do not look on the internet to see what everybody else is trading. I do not look at Stock Planner to see what trades he's planning. I plan out my own trades, do my own due diligence, because you're responsible ultimately. Making a video, putting myself out there, putting the plan on a piece of paper and listing it on my Discord have all helped stabilize my trading, because I put my plan out there for peer review, and I'm getting it. I totally believe, by putting myself out there, making some videos, it has helped me become more consistent. Thank you. And I think you should put yourself out there. Make a comment on one of these videos. Criticize from a point of view, by the way. Don't say anything about my mother. But if you discuss things from a point of view, your trading will get better too. And what I recommend is just pick a few stocks like Apple and develop a strategy and a plan around these stocks. IBM's a good one. Cisco, three or four, and become an expert at those 3 or 4 stocks. Don't try to become a Warren Buffett and have 20 or 30 or 40 industries. You don't have his money and you don't have his time, because what he does is he trusts his CEOs and may not look at them again after he buys them. With a little money, you have to be alert. So that's my recommendation. Slow things down, have some fun, learn how to do it, put yourself out there, engage, and I think you'll become more consistent. Following somebody else's trades on the internet or watching video after video and not trying to do it is not going to improve and make you more consistent. You have to engage and start doing it, even if it's only paper trading. If you learn this, you can have a winning and be a winner for the rest of your life. Please like and subscribe this video. Subscribe to my channel. Look at my Discord. Look at TradingView. Play around with that. Read the news, FinViz, investing.com. Make a comment on this video. Happy trading. Thank you for making me consistent. Catch you on the flip.